guys. Welcome to a special episode of the 716 Sports Entertainment Podcast, where today we are going to talk about Backlash. We're going to go into our predictions for the show that is upcoming this weekend, May the 10th, and it's going to be a good one. And we got 5 matches on the card. We're going to go through all 5 of them, give you guys our picks, and we're going to continue on. This will be episode 2, if you will, of picks. And right now, the current match order is Sean with 9, Terrence with 8, and myself with 7. So we're going to see if we can't, keep the championship rolling here. Because at the end of the season, when we get to next year's WrestleMania, we're going to have to crown a champion. And right now, it's going to be Sean. So we'll have to see how it goes. So with that, I am Mike with 716 Sports Entertainment, joined by Mr. Sean O'Neill, Mr. T. Reese, and we're going to break it all down for you. As always, guys, hit that like and subscribe button. We really appreciate it. As I mentioned, now when we get to 100 subs, we're going to do a giveaway, so look forward to that. So guys, let's go ahead and get started. So the official match order is tentative right now. It looks like we have 5 matches, as I mentioned, but there's really no firm which one's going to be which. But let's just go ahead and get started with the first match. So for the Intercontinental Championship, we have the Dirty One, Dominic Mysterio, going in as the IC champion versus Penta, as a match we've seen on TV a couple of times, and match we kind of got broken out at WrestleMania. So I will kick this over to you, Sean. Who do you have and why?
I think Dom retains because the usual Judgment Day shenanigans. I think it's going to end up after a PLE or two and either having Finn take the belt off of Dom or having Finn cost Dom the title. But I think it's too soon for that to happen yet. So I think Dom is going to retain. And I'll tell you that this match is going to be pretty damn good if I had to take a guess at it. I mean Penta is pretty great, and Dom pretty much can do no wrong right now because he's looked so damn impressive. And also I think you guys should call me champ for now.
So, Dom scores a clean win, or
Dom
like
wins via interference.
so win though, like not a
Yes,
D.
he'll win. It'll be a win, but it's going to be because Judgment Day helps him.
Okay,
And
Reese,
sir,
what
I
you got?
will not be calling you champion whatsoever. This is a marathon. Okay, it's not a sprint; it's a marathon. So just take it easy, buddy. Some of these crazy picks you've had in the past, I don't see that happening for the rest of the year. Just relax. All right, you're only keeping the seat warm. All right, but I do agree with you. I do think Dominic wins this match, and the reason why he will win this match is because it came out today when I was reading through some wrestling news. Apparently, WWE does plan on moving Phoenix over to Raw, and they will be put as a tag team very soon. So there's no way they're putting the belt on Penta, considering what the plans are going forward after this.
Yeah, I read that report as well, and I completely agree with you. It's too soon to take the title off of him, and I think that the match that we're looking towards, right, is Finn Balor at some point. It's very likely that Finn Balor is going to be the one to take the title off of him. I think this match is going to be excellent. I think that Penta's going to get to showcase. I think he's going to look like $1 million. But I can't see, with the reaction that Dominic got at WrestleMania, it just doesn't make sense. I mean, it would be cool if they put the title on Penta, and I think he'll get it eventually. But I just think it's too soon right now for Penta. But I'm wanting to
Absolutely.
be surprised.
As
Absolutely. And like I said, they're going to team up. So
Yeah.
we were already talking about that in the previous videos. In case you guys didn't see it, go check out our video for a couple of weeks ago regarding Penta interfering in that in the Finn Balor match, or with JD's match. So I really think that that's what's going to happen. I think it's going to be interference, obviously, like Mr. Torrent Crush said. I think that we are. I think this card. I mean, I think this whole card. I mean, I don't know if any of us want to disagree with any of them, because I think this card is pretty blatant with the way they're going from here, with all the news that's been coming out of WWE.
so I do have a question for you. You mentioned Phoenix coming over. Do you think Phoenix shows up already and maybe helps Penta fight off the Judgment Day a little bit?
I think he might show up tomorrow. I think this is just to help his brother out. And I think maybe they, instead of doing the lottery, they have him go and plead to get switched over to Raw to help his brother out, and they're going to make the move.
I think this is where we might see El Grande Americano
Yeah.
Mm.
because they've been talking about those guys too. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. But you're right.
Hey,
There's gonna
anytime this week.
this match is gonna have loads of interference in it.
Oh,
Like
for sure.
Dom doesn't beat him clean, so but I guess we'll have to see.
Well, it's interesting, real quick. I don't know who does he beat clean going forward.
I don't think he beats anybody clean going forward.
Yeah.
I think if the belt is defended at Money in the Bank, that's probably where he loses it.
I
Mm-hmm.
think he beats Finn clean once.
I don't.
Just once.
Mm.
I
And
don't.
then Finn wins the rematch.
Can we add that to the tally for the year for him saying that
No.
stupidity?
You know,
Um,
you're jealous of this. This
I mean,
isn't your seat, T. This is my spot on the podium.
hey, you called it early. You said that you called that Dom was going to beat Finn for the belt clean.
Once. Yes.
So I'd add it to the list. Chalk it up.
You know what? I am so confident in it. Go ahead, Mike. Add it to the list.
Whoa!
what am I adding to the list? Sorry, what am I adding to the
Full
list?
match between Dom and with Finn. You're taking right off the muscle. You're taking Dom right off the muscle.
Yep. I think Dom gets a win over Finn.
Okay, I like your confidence.
All right, well then we can save that for when we have whenever they have their match.
Well, I'm writing it down so I don't forget.
All right, next
Sure, you won't let me forget either. So
next we have what's likely to be the bathroom break match, Gunther versus Pat McAfee. Reese, I'll start with you for this one. Who do you got and why?
I mean, it's another one. Gunther is going to win this match. It's pretty obvious. There's no way, not even if hell froze over, will they be letting Pat McAfee beat Gunther. It's never going to happen. And I think there's big plans for Gunther going forward. I do think that it's really interesting to see what they do with him because I do think they're going to switch his brand. I think they're going to switch him over to Raw. If you ask me, I think he's going to get switched over there. And I think
He is on Raw.
he is on Raw.
I mean SmackDown. I think he's going to get switched to SmackDown, and I think that's where they're going to probably put him on a run, and then eventually at some point they'll probably take the title.
Okay, Sean.
So
Okay.
I think that Gunther wins. However, the only way I can see McAfee coming away with a win here is if they go the route of having Gunther beat the hell out of him so bad he gets himself disqualified. And considering the anger issues they've been having Gunther kind of show there, I kind of would like to see that. Plus, it allows him to write McAfee off TV. But I think I'm going to stick with McAfee winning or with Gunther winning. I think it's just he lost at Mania. I don't think that they have him lose again to someone like Pat.
So this match doesn't make sense to me. Like, why are we doing this match on a pay-per-view
Yep.
versus like Jay and Logan Paul or the Becky and or not the Becky and Lyra thing, the Rhea and Io thing versus Julia and Roxanne, or I mean, we've got a couple of other feuds as well going on where we could potentially have had a match here, but those first two that I mentioned, even Tiffany and Nia, right? Like, why aren't we doing any of those matches, and why are we doing this weird non-title match of Gunther versus one of the commentators? It does seem kind of strange to me, almost as if something's going to happen during this match. And one of the things that's been being talked about for a while is a returning Bill Goldberg.
Oh,
And it's been wildly speculated that Goldberg and Gunther, that's going to be Goldberg's retirement match at SummerSlam. So I could very easily see Goldberg coming out and costing Gunther this match. I'm really trying to talk myself into this right now, but I don't want to lose any more points. So I'm going to say Gunther wins, but I think Goldberg comes out after the fact. After it's over, I think Goldberg's music will hit, and I think we will see Bill Goldberg.
Or I could probably see Gunther beat, the point that
yeah.
Shawn making beating him down after the match.
And
then
Goldberg makes a save.
Then he comes out to the ring. But I do find it interesting that Mr. Torin Kush down there, you're entertaining that McAfee would even win?
So win by default, not by like winning the match, but by Gunther getting DQ'd.
So you're saying it's a DQ match, and
Basically, I'm
that
saying that if McAfee were to win, that would be the only way that he would win. They're not going to. They would never give him a clean win over Gunther. But I think Gunther wins this match still.
so you don't want to stand on that?
I don't. That is one that I much like Mike was trying to talk himself into Goldberg coming out. I was trying to talk myself into that, but I don't see them having Gunther lose 2 in a row.
Next we have which I don't know. I'm on the fence. It might be the match of the night, but the women's match is going to be real good too. But next we have a fatal four-way for the United States Championship between Jacob Fatu, LA Knight, Drew McIntyre, and Damian Priest. Sean, who do you have and why?
I think Fatu retains, simply because they're so high on him, and they're not going to have him drop the title already. I think you're going to see Solo have some antics outside the ring. You're going to see LA Knight and Drew start a feud there, and Damian Priest is kind of just float along with nothing to do. But Fatu is going to end up retaining. It is going to be a fantastic match, and I'm real excited to see Fatu hit his pop-up moonsault on all 4 guys in a row, because I think that's going to happen.
I do think Fatu does win. I just don't think that Solo gets involved. It's a 4-way match, so you're going to have Drew McIntyre tying it up with Priest again, and then you're going to have LA Knight kind of floating around the ring, and Fatu will pick his spots. I don't think anybody's going to interfere with this match. I think that Fatu is going to win this based off of Drew McIntyre, putting somebody through a table or something like that, and then somebody gets a scoop on him and gets him in the ring for the pin.
Let's do something for bonus points for this one then, because I have a feeling we might be similar on the last 2 matches as well. Let's do something for a bonus point for this one. Who gets because I'm going to pick Jacob as well because I think it's too early to take the title off of him. So who gets pinned?
LA Knight.
Damian Priest.
I also think Damian Priest.
I also think that we might see a returning Bloodline member at this point, because they've been out injured long enough that we might see someone come back.
Yeah, but I just don't see they're not going to interfere in a 4-man match. I mean,
they might take somebody out outside the ring.
Yeah, I just don't see how that jives with. There's too many people now involved in the match. I just think that you don't see it very often in a fatal 4-way that somebody interferes in those matches.
Yeah, I also don't think that's going to happen. I think it's just Jacob's. I think Solo might come out with him, but I think you're fantasy booking a bit too much here. They tend not to do that stuff on these B pay-per-views.
Yeah, put your PlayStation remote up.
What?
Put your PlayStation remote up.
I'm not playing.
They tend not to go too crazy with these B pay-per-views. I don't see it happening, especially if we have a ton of interference in that first match, which we talked about, which that first match has to have interference. Triple H won't book that 2 times in a row for a 5-match card. There's no way. Considering we only had 1 spot of interference on a 16-match WrestleMania, I mean, they're not going to do it twice on a 5-match Backlash card.
Are we 100% sure this is only going to be 5 matches?
Yes.
They're not going to add anything tonight?
All of the B pay-per-views are always 5 matches.
Well, Tiffany and Nia aren't supposed to wrestle, right, on this pay-per-view?
No, because there's a number 1 contenders match tonight between Nia and Jade Cargill for the number 1 contender. So, no, they're not going to match. That'll likely be at Saturday night's main event in a couple of weeks.
I'm on CBS Sports, and I know I agree with you guys, but they have this match listed as a match.
No.
So maybe they do end up adding it.
No, they will not add it. It's literally listed on WWE.com that Nia and Jade Cargill are fighting for the right to be the number 1 contender for Tiffany at a future show. It's literally right here on WWE.com. I get the email on what's going to be on SmackDown tonight, and it's going to be on SmackDown tonight. So
when you get a chance on CBS predictions, it'll show that match in there. It's very weird.
Even if that's what I'm saying. If you were going to put that match on there, you wouldn't need to do the Gunther Pat McAfee thing.
True.
Unless whatever story they want to tell.
Maybe because he's going to be on a hiatus for a while. So
But you could have just did that on Raw. You could have just written him off TV on Raw.
Problem is McAfee
That's why
doesn't
I think
wrestle.
Goldberg's going to come back, right? Like you got to do something in that match. Otherwise, like what the hell's the point of it? You could have written him off on Raw.
The problem is that McAfee doesn't wrestle on anything except pay-per-views.
well, that's my point. And he didn't.
You didn't even need to have him wrestle. You could have just had Gold or Gunther beat the piss out of him, and
Yeah, maybe he
that's
wanted
it.
it.
Hey, listen, I get what you're saying, but I mean, they're still training. What's his name to wrestle still? And people are like, he's gonna be a terrible wrestler. Travis Scott. He's in the performance center right now. So
Is he really?
It would not shock. Right now, Booker T is actually training him at the performance center.
God,
He's going to be in a match soon, but I can see. I mean, they kind of rushed the Pat McAfee thing in there. That's kind of came out of nowhere after WrestleMania, and I could probably see that. McAfee didn't wrestle at Mania. Normally, he shows up to one of these big pay-per-views every year. Mania probably wasn't in one. He wasn't in it, so they're going to put him on this one.
yeah, he doesn't normally show up at Mania.
I mean, he was there.
No, I meant as
but as a wrestler, the match.
All right, so Reese, you've got him pinning LA Knight, and we've got him pinning Damian Priest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next for the Women's IC Championship. I think this might be the only match where we might all not pick the same thing. So, Reese, I'm going to start with you. Lyra Valkyria versus Becky Lynch. Who do you got and why?
I think Lyra wins.
Lyra retains?
I think Lyra retains. I think Bayley's going to come in and cost the match for Becky. I think that's what's going to happen on this one. Bayley will be involved in this match some way, somehow, and I think she's going to cost Becky this, and this is what's going to start the feud between Becky and Bayley.
Interesting.
Did you steal my notes?
Sean, I can't read your handwriting.
So thinking about it, I was originally going to say Lyra, for pretty much the exact same reason T just said. However, I think you're going to see a swerve here, and you're going to see Becky win, but Bayley's going to come out and take out both Lyra and Becky.
What will be the motivation for Bayley to take out Lyra, though?
Because she didn't do anything to defend her honor as her friend, and then honestly, everything else that was going on, you could see that they were setting something up with their matches prior to them becoming a team. I think it just rolls over from that, and you get a three-way between all three of them.
I mean, the only pushback I give is that Bayley and Lyra haven't been friends at all.
No, but I think that gives you an excuse to you have them throw down. They were friends enough to team up. They were showing each other, quote, respect after their matches. I just think that I think Bayley's it's gonna set up a three-way for a future show.
So you think that Lyra will be the face and Becky and Bayley will be the heels?
More or less, yeah. Becky would be the main heel, and Bayley would just sort of be pissed off at both of them.
Yeah, I again want to go back to my point earlier. You can't have this many interference spots in a 5-match pay-per-view. So if you have it here, you're absolutely not going to have it in that match we just talked about.
That's fine.
And I know Sean's getting pouty right now because I'm correcting him.
Not at all. I'd rather see the interference, honestly, in this match than in the previous one.
I think it makes more sense in this match for Bayley to come out, but I don't think she's going to. I think maybe after the match she might, but I think Becky Lynch wins clean. And Becky just came back. She's way too over right now. That belt needs a bit of prestige, I think. And I think putting that belt on Becky and then having Lyra go over her at a later point is the right thing to do with that belt. And if I were booking it, I would have Becky win, but I would let Lyra look like $1 million doing it. And that's kind of what I hope happens here. Bayley can come out after the fact to kind of keep the story going, which is what I would like, or she can come out on Raw on Monday. That would be fine too. But I think this belt desperately needs somebody like a Becky's caliber to hold it for a little while. So I think Becky's going to win.
Well, let me give you this point. Let me give you this point. You know how we're going to almost all agree with all these matches? I think WWE knows that too. There's going to be a match with swerve, and I think that's this match. All these matches, it's too obvious for all these matches to go the way they're written, the way we think it's going to go. It's too perfect of a card for everyone to call. There's going to be a swerve match, and I think that's going to be this one.
Part of why I was leaning towards the Pat McAfee DQ in that match.
Yeah, you don't want to stand on it.
Yeah.
You're not going to goad me into it.
I'm just saying, you keep coming back to it, but you won't stand on it.
You got me on that other one. I can't. The problem is I'm not willing to let you gain ground on me. I like where you are.
Maybe you know what? Maybe we have the swerve in the main event, because the main event, as we know, is John Cena versus Randall Keith Orton. Sean,
I really think Cena wins. I just think it's storyline wise, it doesn't make sense. I mean, we've talked about this in some of our previous episodes. Actually, I think in several episodes we've talked about how it would have been better to have held this match with Randy till later on, especially with like the Legend Killer gimmick and all that. But I mean, Orton's gonna out wrestle Cena 100% because we've seen how Cena looks in the ring. Cena's gonna end up winning via cheap shot or kick to the nuts, something along those lines. And I think that Cody Rhodes makes his return after the match.
I don't.
I think Cena takes out Randy, and I think Cody makes his return after the match.
Well, first, I'm gonna loudly disagree with you. It makes no sense to bring Cody back for this match. And what is his role in this match?
He's going to come out. Cena's going to be beaten up on Randy, and I think Cody comes out to stop it.
Well, Cena hasn't even done that to anybody yet, so I don't think they're going to go that route.
I'm not saying interference. I'm saying after the match, T.
No, I know what you're saying after the match, but I just don't understand. I don't understand the point of Cody coming down.
Because there's been talk of Cody coming back after Backlash, and you bring him back at the end of this.
Cody is scheduled for next week's SmackDown, allegedly.
And if Cena wins, people are going to be pissed. You let the fans leave happy by having Cody show back up.
So that means that you're going to have them have a match at the next pay-per-view.
Okay.
They're not going to have another match for them two right after Mania.
If he was scheduled to be back Friday anyway, things were going to happen.
No, he's going to probably talk about the belt.
Okay.
But I just don't see why Backlash. Why would he show up in the Backlash? He's never done that with somebody like.
My point is to let okay. Then tell me how do they have the fans leave happy?
They don't.
They don't.
They didn't leave. Wait. Okay, wait, Sean. Wait. They didn't leave happy after WrestleMania either night. The heels won both nights, and it's John Cena's absolutely going to win. I mean, I'm spoiler. I'm sure Reese, you're probably also picking Cena, but I mean, like I think Cena's going to win, and I think it's going to be by just to your point. Actually, I agree with you probably 100%. I think the ref's going to go down. I think he's going to hit him with the title. Some nonsense is going to happen, and another ref is going to come in, and he's going to beat him 1, 2, 3. But no, absolutely not. Cody does not come back here. It's way too soon. He's not even going to be Cena's next opponent. He's not gonna wrestle Cena until that doesn't make sense for him to wrestle Cena until he's like ready to take the belt off of him. It's way too soon.
Just because he comes out to save Randy doesn't mean he has to face him immediately.
You're immediately putting him right back in the title picture. Then it's way too soon for that.
I have a hard time seeing them have everybody leave pissed a second pay-per-view in a row. Technically a third with the 2 nights of Mania.
I don't think that they're going to be. I don't think that it's so much being pissed. It's expected. Plus, Cena's getting cheered.
Yeah, but I just don't see why would they wedge Cody right back into it if it's expected that Cena's going to probably have this belt for a little while. I just don't. I mean, if anything, maybe SummerSlam, maybe you have him lose the belt then to Cody, but I just don't see why they would do it on Backlash. I think Cody coming down the ring doesn't make any sense. The Cena that he has done nothing like this since he's returned, like beat somebody up after the bell. He has a point he's trying to prove. He just wants to win this belt. He beat up Cody after the bell when he turned. Trying to do.
I think. I don't know. I don't think that Cody is Cena's next opponent. I don't think you want to. I mean, maybe you do that. maybe you have him come out and no, I don't know.
I'll retract. Fine. I will retract my statement.
Hey, you
You
can
don't
keep
have
it.
to. You don't have to. We're just arguing the point. Keep your statement. Stand on it.
Yeah.
We're not here to change your mind. We're just
Sean's so mad right now. For all of our podcasters out there, when Sean gets mad at us, you can always usually tell.
right. There's a little tear comes out of his eye.
He's
I'm not
gonna
mad.
he's gonna let us
And,
have it after we end the session here. He's gonna
and
gonna come over to my house and kick my dog.
I'm not mad. I'm a person who's a winner isn't mad. So
Oh, okay. So then you're gonna stand on it then?
that's not part of the bet.
No, you're saying that we're getting extra points here now. So if you're saying
We're adding extra points now.
stand on it.
See, I don't think that works as extra points though, because you guys don't have a way to get extra points.
I say he doesn't.
That's not a thing to track.
Why not?
No, I think
That's
the only extra point that you can really get in this, I think, is from the third match that we talked about for who eats the pin. I think that's fair.
I don't know. John's open the door for this.
Predicting interference is kind of crazy because you listen, I don't think interference is going to happen in any of the matches, but I mean,
It's the first one.
Sean kind of thinks interference is going to happen in every single match. So
Yep.
it's like he's never watched WWE before. But
No,
with
that's not true.
with that said, so I'll give you guys an opportunity for a bonus point then. Do we get a return on this show? And if so, who?
I've heard some rumors about a return. I'm just trying to remember who it was. They said
This is your opportunity for a bonus point. I'll let you go first, Sean. You want to go with Cody? This is your opportunity to get that bonus point because Cody's been away. You can get that bonus.
I'm trying to think of who else has been away though too. I mean, I don't think we have a chance of seeing Dwayne again because everyone's still so mad at him.
Well, while you guys are thinking, I'll go first. My special return is going to be Goldberg. I think we're going to see Goldberg on this show.
Well, we already agreed with that, right? Didn't we already get an extra point for that?
No, that was the extra point was for who gets pinned in the four-way.
Oh, I think I agree with Goldberg probably coming up at the end of
we
that.
also wouldn't be surprised about it, but
I'm picking that as my formal special return for the reasons I listed earlier.
Who's been out?
I mean, the only one I can come up with is Goldberg. I mean, I can't think of anyone else that's been out for an extended period of time that's going to show up. And I'm just trying to figure out what match would they be involved in that they would show up to.
Bailey counts too.
Okay, I mean, all right.
I think that's the more likely way to happen. So I was going to just go with Bailey, but if T wants it, that's fine.
You can take it too.
Okay, that's more likely than Cody, just on a storyline wise. So I think that's the safer bet. So yeah, put me down for Bailey.
Okay.
There you go, Sean. I knew you could stand on something.
Got to play it safe. I can't have you two jokers catching up to me.
Well, I mean, again,
the only way I get ahead of you is if Goldberg comes back. So I'm kind of screwed.
No, because you and I both picked Priest, right?
Literally the exact same card.
Hey, at least you could stay even.
There you go.
Got to think positive.
Who do you got, Reese?
I'm thinking, man. I like the Goldberg. I like the Bailey.
It's going to be Braun Strowman's leg.
I'm probably going to go with the Goldberg. That's the most likely.
My man.
That's the most likely to probably happen. Just because there's too much smoke around him coming back in the Gunther match and all that other crap. I think Goldberg shows up.
The Gunther match just doesn't make sense to me. It seems so strange that it's on this card. Like, why are we doing this? Like, this seems like it could have just been an angle for TV.
or the fact that it's not on one of the major events, like where McAfee normally is.
What do you mean?
Because
I think we're making too big a deal out of Pat McAfee wrestling.
I do.
yeah, but look at when McAfee wrestles. He normally wrestles on like SummerSlam or Mania, one of those ones.
Well, that's why I'm saying that this is his makeup for not being at Mania. He has had a match since what
Last year's
year,
right?
right?
Yeah.
That's the last time he was in the ring.
He was in last year's Royal Rumble, and he wasn't even really in it. Like he was in it, but then he immediately eliminated himself. So
He's going to probably he's supposed to be on this pay-per-view, and then this is his send-off. So Gunther's going to beat him down after the match, and Goldberg's going to come. Music's going to pop. Gunther's going to turn around, shock, and Goldberg's going to spear him.
You think he gets hit with a spear right away, or does he run?
Oh, he's not running to the ring.
No, Gunther definitely. If Goldberg comes, Gunther's going to eat probably the worst jackhammer you've ever seen. And
dude, is Goldberg even going to be able to get him up for a friggin' jackhammer?
Dude, Goldberg in his prime got Big Show up. Did you ever see that?
You saw how terrible he looked though, getting Undertaker up the last time they fought.
Well, I'll be honest with you. Gunther's body shape is much better shape to be able to lift somebody up better than Undertaker. I mean, Undertaker's long, and Undertaker's taller than Goldberg.
But Goldberg is what, like 62?
Yeah, so was Undertaker.
Yeah, you could tell, but in the ring, how bad both of them looked.
Yeah, I think he could get Gunther up.
I mean, it'll be interesting. I hope he does. I don't think it's
gonna be a jackhammer. I think it's just gonna be a spear. You know what is kind of irritating with the Goldberg returns, and I'm hopefully this is the last one. To be perfectly honest with you, I'm about to go on a rant here. Enough bringing these guys back, okay? I don't need Goldberg coming back. I don't need Brock Lesnar coming back. Just let it be. I mean, the Ronda Rousey thing is coming back up again. Like, what is Vince back there? Is Vince back? What are we doing? I don't know why we're bringing these people back. So if Goldberg wants to have a final match, have your final match and go. I haven't seen a jackhammer from this guy since probably WCW. When's the last time you saw a jackhammer on somebody?
Didn't he beat up on Dolph Ziggler? I remember that.
At the one SummerSlam. The one we went to.
How long ago was that?
Probably like 6 years ago. It was like 2019.
Never forget.
He hasn't done his finishing move in years.
Never forget. Bill Goldberg once defeated a character named General Hugh G. Rection. So.
Well, but still, I mean, I don't know if WCW. I don't need these old men coming back into the ring. It's getting really annoying now. We're already dealing with Cena now, and their weird stuff they're doing with him. Now I gotta see Goldberg coming down to the ring. Next, you're gonna see Ronda Rousey coming down to the ring. People we don't even care about. I don't even see anybody to bring these people back.
Is that true about Rousey?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard the reports too. I mean, it could be, it could be worse though. AEW did almost put their main championship on Jeff Jarrett.
But
I digress.
I'm just tired of the rehashing of old wrestlers, dude. It's just all right, enough. Okay? Put them backstage or something, or make them be a manager or somebody you want to get them on TV. I just cannot watch these old men and old women jumping in the ring and trying to put on a show. Because you already know that match with Gunther, once him and Goldberg fight, it's going to be like 2 minutes.
Yep.
It's going to be a 2-minute match.
So
it's going to be an opening match, too.
And Goldberg wins, right?
Are you going to stand on that?
No, that was a question.
No.
No,
Goldberg does not.
You don't think
going to win.
You don't think he gets to that on his way out?
Gunther retires him.
Yeah, nobody wins on a retirement. So it's a golden rule in wrestling.
Okay.
Look at Kurt Angle and what's his face? Baron, the loneliest of wolves.
But yeah, they did. It's a golden rule in wrestling that you have to lose that retirement match. So every retirement match they've had, that person's lost.
Ric Flair.
Yep, you go right down the list.
Okay. I 100% want him to lose. That's what I was just curious what your thoughts were.
Yeah, I just don't want no more old men in the ring.
Technically Undertaker, but
yeah. But we rag on AEW for doing it. Why? I mean, we we need to point out WWE's been doing is now trying to do the same thing, cramming these old men and pushing down talent that you're trying to push to put them on TV again. I don't need to see these guys. I don't.
I agree. All right, guys, that's our list. Let us know what you guys think in the comments. It got a little bit spirited while we were having that conversation there. Sean certainly got a little bit angrier than he usually does, but
I'm not angry.
we we do appreciate it very much, and we like to keep the fun going a little bit here on this channel. So let us know in the comments down below what you guys think. Who do you think is going to win and lose, and if you want to compete with us, we'll kind of help. We'll keep score with you guys as well. So as always, hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you so much for the subs, and we will talk to you guys tomorrow when we review SmackDown. Have a great evening.